Good morning, Rams. This is Mr. Hibbert, your school librarian. And today we're going to take a look at another one of the online services that we offer for this school year. It's something that gets a lot of use in the social studies and English classes, but I've also seen it used in health classes. Okay, this is terrific database when you get an assignment that in which you have to examine both sides of a situation. Okay, it's called Issues and Controversies. So let's figure out how to get there. So what you're looking at now is the home page, my Canvas page for the library. Okay, so if you haven't seen it yet, it should be one of your tiles on your dashboard. So you scroll in here, notice we have a social media presence, Instagram, Twitter. I do post things there, things to read, just interesting bits of information. So it might be something you want to jump on. Student, staff, technology information. The more and more we get into the year, the less and less you'll need this. But in the beginning, especially September-ish, might be a good resource for you. This is, I think, a really good resource to have handy, especially if you have a parent that's trying to get involved, which is always a good thing, but they're struggling with tech. Have them call this number. Okay. All right. Further down, here are library resources, research resources, our card catalog, what we used to call Destiny, okay, and then recommended books. So when you're looking for something else to read, this is the place to go. And finally, we're going to stop right here. Here is our link to the Google Doc for the 2021 list of online services. All right, so if you may notice right here on this document, there's a gray bar all the way across, and this one says general subject. So what we've done for you is we've taken the 30 or so databases and we've organized them by subject instead of just straight alphabetical order. So if this computer behaves, we will take a quick tour down the document. So it starts with general subject, and we scroll down a little more. We go to your encyclopedia or reference databases, your academic research databases, multimedia content. That means a lot of video and some audio content. Subject specific, so we start with English for these two here, from line 37 all the way down through line 42 is your social studies and history grouping. We have two here for science, Science Flicks and Science Online. Art right here, art full text. And then we have a group of others. Okay, so books and authors help you choose your next book. The Chilton Library is wonderful. If those of you who go to Edison for car repair, automotive technologies, this helps you prepare for the ASE technician test. Okay, so that might be a terrific resource for some of you. Culturegrams is a good resource if you're doing assignments, maybe in world languages about you have to describe various countries. This is your place to go here, Culturegrams. Here is our list of ebooks put out by the Gale Publishing Company. This is a link to newspapers. ImageQuest is a tool to find copyright-free images. And finally, by now, I think most of you know what Noodle Tools is. Your English or your social studies teacher can explain that in greater detail. Okay, so let's go back up, because today we are going to work with Issues and Controversies. Here is its URL. Here's the login information, Rockville HS, and then the password is RAMS, R-A-M-S. Let's get started. So it's good that it opens up in another tab. You can go back if you need to sign in and go back to the login information without hitting the back button. All right, so let's take a look at this homepage here. So, right up here in the upper right-hand corner, you did the right thing because you logged in, and there's one of our many logos at Rockville High School. Across the top here, you see this ribbon that changes based on current controversies, things that are hot in the news. So right here, coronavirus, not a surprise at all. Confederate monuments, capital punishment, police reform, mandatory vaccination, presidential pardons, and so on. So there are 4 pages of these kind of marquee displayed ribbons at the top. Now, I want to draw your attention to the issues, and they're organized here by subject, which I like, rather than this choice here, straight alpha. Crime law and the judicial system, 60 different issues, 48 under family, teenagers, and community, and so on. Race, rights, and liberties, drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, government and politics, science, computers, health, society, and religion. I mean, it just keeps going. Okay. So we're going to come up a little bit. Let's see. Where can we show you a good... Let's come over here to cell phones. Cell phones is under science, technology, and computers. We'll click on cell phones just to show you a sample. Okay. So right up here, you have cell phone articles. Now, each of these is organized by a specific question, and this is why I like that. If you're writing a research paper, good research papers respond to a question. So we take a look at this example here. Does social media have a positive impact on the world? Okay. You could write a research paper around that topic. Too often, though, when we talk to students, they say something along the lines of, I'm doing a paper on social media. Well, that doesn't really mean a lot. It's kind of a general statement. So you want to try and get into this habit now of telling people the question that you're trying to answer, the question that you're researching. So in this case, it's, does social media have a positive impact on the world? Okay, so what it does for you here, before you click on this hyperlink, it shows you an argument for it, an argument against it, yes or no. Then you'll click on this link here and it opens up a lot of information. So I want to draw your information first to over here on the far right, page tools with the little wheel. Print, save, download, share, citation, read aloud, and translate. Unless you have a printer at home or you go to the public library, you won't be worrying about printing. You can save it to, you can create a login here at this website. Not a big fan of that. I like download. Okay, you can download it and drop it into your Google Drive. And as always, a good rule of thumb when you're using your Google Drive for projects for classes, make sure you make a folder and name it with the teacher name, a dash, and then the name of the project, and then you'll dump everything into that folder. It's easier to find things rather than just this really long list of things on your one Google Drive folder. Share it. You can email it to yourself. This is the next important one here. Let's click on citation. Okay, now you see at the top here, you have a choice between MLA or Chicago. Okay, the third one that we use at Rockville is APA. It's always a good idea. It's a best practice to check with your teacher and ask what he or she wants in terms of citation format. Now, let's just say MLA was fine. It's a very easy copy and paste. You can export it to EasyBib. Most teachers here use Noodle tools. A few may use EasyBib. But either way, copy and paste makes it easy. Okay, so now we're done with page tools. Let's go over here to the left. Here are the different parts of this long article. An introduction is what we see here. Okay, gives you both sides of the issue, and then it starts with kind of an overview, okay, of the topic. Background is important because it gives you the context for the question. So for this example here, we're looking at social media. It gives you the background or the history of social networks. It helps you understand the topic a bit better, a bit more deeply. And then the next two are people responding in the affirmative. Yes, it does. Okay. Have a social or have a positive impact. And the opponents will argue against that. So we go over here to people who say, yes, it does have a positive impact. And here is a reply. Okay. All the way down here at the bottom is your citation. Again, you have a choice of MLA or Chicago. Opponents argue will be the same thing. Then there is a conclusion. Okay. Chronology. give you will highlight important events in each topic. So for here, starts with 1978. They talk about the history of social media all the way through today. By the number statistics, that's a good way to support one's argument is with statistics. So let's see what they offer us here. Now, this part here is important. Anytime they give you a by the numbers report in Issues and Controversies, you'll get this one sentence explanation of the source of the statistics. This one says 2016. That's okay. I would prefer 2018, 19, or 20. 2016 is okay. I would disregard anything that's earlier in 2016 when it comes to a topic like social media. Okay. For example, one reason why is there's nothing on here about TikTok. Okay. Very, very popular social media tool. It won't be covered in this by these statistics. Discussion questions are good if you are researching the topic. You haven't yet formulated a research question. These might give you hints or assistance in formulating your research question. Bibliography is really good, very valuable, because if you want to learn more about the topic, here's all the sites that they use to write this entry that you're reading. So this idea that the bibliography in a works cited page, whatever you want to call it, is something that you only do in school is false. Anytime you're publicizing information, conducting research, you have to let people know the sources that you used. Okay, and then finally, additional resources here. Okay, so across the top, primary sources are important. Sometimes a teacher will require a primary source that is a first-person account of the topic. Okay, so it could be a speech by someone, a letter from someone, an audio recording by someone. Court cases on the topic. Media usually means video. Okay, and sometimes video helps students out because it gives them an easy-to-access overview of the topic, easy to understand. Infographics is the fancy way to display your statistics. Again, I would look here, 2017. Okay. I'm a little concerned that it might be a little old, but you won't know until you open it up. Editorials are opinions published in newspapers. Let's click on that again. It's loading. And then after editorials here, you have a section on news. So news articles based on this topic. So there is a lot of resources here. If you are assigned this topic or you choose this topic, there is a lot here. Okay. If you have any questions on how to use this website, Issues and Controversies, just send me an email. Okay, my email address is timothy.c.hibberd, Hibberd, @mcpsmd.net. Thank you and have a good day.